If the government want these people to promote themselves, build somewhere where they can go and promote it, then they can wipe it off and then go on and do something else. But that's private property. Now if I come and catch somebody doing things like that on my flipping house, I don't know what I might do.
It looks great, and I just think it's a bit of a shame when you knew that stuff was all around Bristol and then it's been taken down. You know, that's a piece of art, it should stay up there, so yeah, keep it up there. I like it. I guess it's not to everyone's taste, but yeah, I think it's original.
Tagging is just all about just getting rep, really, like repping your city, wherever you're from, just putting your name up as many times as you can.
I'd say it was basically the quickest way for someone to get their name seen. You can just go around the cam and just do it quickly, and you know, it's not really much of a chance of getting busted or anything. It's just a way for people to get started, I guess. If they wanted the fame aspect, then yeah, I think we could just bust loads of them all over the place really quickly.
When I was little, I did like do a little bit of tagging. It's a bit stupid. I used to write hello, just like HU-double-L-O. Back then it was just like quite fun, just something to do, like just on the bus or something with a marker.
I guess I started with tagging, just out in toilets and stuff, just on nights out.
I think it pretty much started when I was just like writing on benches in parks and bars.
It was a bit cheeky and like a bit like little kids taking a piss and just having a joke and just like basically just like defacing a piece of property because it's like this did look awful.
I think the reason why people tag though is because obviously like, it's a lot more accessible. It's definitely all about just getting noticed.
The thing that kind of appealed to me and still does appeal to me about tagging over pieces is like you actually just get a really like nice like, fluid movement of the hand. It's just like a really like tactile kind of thing to do. Like you just really get like nice like sweeping movements. And so I was just looking for like a word that you really got that with, and it would like really flow. Jive, like that's what I kind of write. I don't know, I just thought it was quite a funny word. Just draw like every second of every day. Like I'm always doodling something. Like just sitting around, like whether at uni or whatever, like in a lecture or something. I'm always just having a little doodle. From every doodle, every little like mark you make, you're still going to be learning something. So just yeah, do it all the time. Draw it all the time, and then like every now and again you'll come up with a little gem, and you think, yeah, that's good, and I'll take it and do a proper piece out of it.
Well, I think pieces are obviously like a lot more artistic and a lot more thought goes into it. Rather than like just tagging, and actually got a lot of design effort before. You know, I just thought about colour and sort of texture as well. Just sort of the effects that you can get from a spray can, like different types of caps and stuff with different effects.
Globalization, fear is a weapon of mass destruction.
Eventually I didn't really think tags were that interesting, kind of a little bit messy, and so that's why I started drawing pieces.
When you sister be brave, my little.
Painting a piece, you know, you've got to be quite selective about your area, and a lot of the time, like where I'm from in Brighton, like, there's a lot of competition with walls, and like you can only paint over stuff, you know, which you feel like you could do better over.
Mama with the kiss on each eyelid.
That's what attracted me to it. You know, it was, you know, there's something attractive about those shapes to young people for some reason, and that's kind of why I took off.
I said, Mama, it'll be alright when Daddy comes home tonight.
I I started going to school in London and I lived in Surrey, so when I got the train up there, like, I travelled all the way to North London basically, and so going on the tube in there, you know, like it was so cool to look at, because you're going on the tube, it's just this explosion of crazy colour.
Racism is a weapon of mass destruction.
You'll be going through a drab city and there's literally the brightest, craziest mix of colours, all the colours mixed in there, and it's all these weird shapes and you can't make sense of it.
One greed is a weapon of mass destruction. We need to find.
I just want to recreate that effect it has on you. It's all about the effect. Like you're going past on a train and it's all grey, and you suddenly see something really well done, it's all colourful, and you can read it. Fume, bang, you just saw that, you're like, shit, that person's made an impression on me, and you want that to happen to other people, and that's why there's a lot of that. A lot of it is like how prolific you are, do you know what I mean? Because you want people to recognise your name and see you. Like every time you saw Fume, not only was it an impressive piece, but you're like, shit, it's that guy again. Fume gets into your head.
Seriously, just how
I've done a couple of stencils and I've given it a go and I like it a lot. I think it's just having the patience cutting it out, like, and I think it's really important to, if you make stencils, you've got to do them in quite a lot of detail. I think that's what makes them good. Like big stencils as well. But yeah, stencils are good, definitely. Like, it's something that, you know, I'll be quite willing to get into, is just having the patience with it.
I do think stencils are cool, and just having a little stencil, I think that's quite similar to tagging in a way. It's just like kind of like an image-based tag.
Suicide bomb.
I think they're really cool. I think that's at least then like you can see some thoughts come behind it. It's like quite pleasing to look at.
See one is.
So I think I probably will start doing that as well.
Look at the Caucasian or Asian. Racism is a weapon of mass destruction. Whether inflation or globalization, fear is a weapon of mass destruction.
My influences came into the middle of like when I was graffitiing rather than at the start. I was interested in seeing graffiti around and stuff, and I thought that was definitely a big part of it, trying to get involved in that. Arrow, like big MT member, like, you know, renowned for painting trains, seeing those crew members and seeing them painting, and I just wanted to get on like the biggest walls as soon as I could.
First of all, I started all the ones I'd see in London, like Zeds, and actually at the moment plenty of the RT towns vibes and all that I think is pretty sick. I did kind of get a little bit interested in street art aspect of things, and I went to Barcelona. Lots of the London police stuff I really liked just because it was so simple. But I suppose Banksy's always a fairly interesting person to look at. I reckon he's done a good job so far, but I think he kind of, there's that whole thing of whether he's selling out and stuff, which I guess I suppose he is, but then why not?
At the end of the day, graffiti is, I mean, although it does have that whole kind of like bad boy image to it, it's still just another art form. It's kind of an art form where the whole world is a gallery. The nice thing about graffiti is that, like, opposed to just a painting or something where it's a blank canvas and it's got like, a uniform kind of like texture to it, on walls and stuff like that, I mean, you've got so many vast different textures, and like the texture does kind of change like how the piece looks, and it adds a whole new character to the piece. So that's the kind of like the plus point of kind of doing street art over like proper art. No, I never got busted. Like, it was just quite slight.
There was one run-in, it was probably the second piece I'd done or something. It was just a tiny little character, and yeah, we just me and a mate of mine went and did it, and police car comes in, lights just flashing straight at us, and we tried to leg it for a little bit, but there's really no point, and they just caught us and took us away to Staines police station and spent the night in the cell. If I can find the spaces to do it and not have to worry about someone running in and, you know, taking me back to Staines police station, then I'd paint every day if I could.
Expression as revolution, finding everything, realizing you got the fear, 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 you got the fear.